Hey, everybody, it's the White Sox Podcast Trade Deadline Special. Thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. And here with me is the one and only Vinnie Duber back in my life. How you doing, Vinnie?
I'm doing great, Chuck. How are you doing?
Well, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting as we hit the air here. We have got a countdown, 29 minutes and counting until the trade deadline. And it's quiet right now on the White Sox front.
Not a lot of chatter.
No. I mean, we aren't expecting this to be the Austin Slater trade deadline for the White Sox, but that's where we're at right now.
Right now, yeah, that's exactly where the White Sox are at. But of course, I always tell people, wait until those trades that get announced after the deadline even passes, right? I mean, this could go not just up to the wire, but after the wire.
So, 𝗻𝗶𝘶 𝗟𝗏 Jr., that is who is on everybody's minds for the White Sox, because it just seemed like by now he would be traded, or if not traded, you could see landing spots for him. And when we woke up this morning, okay, Mets, Phillies, Padres seemed like one of those places would be a logical destination for him. Those chairs, at least right now, seem to be filled right now. So now the question is, do you think 𝗻𝗶𝘶 𝗟𝗏 Jr. will be traded in the next 25 minutes or so?
Like you said, a much different question now than versus when we woke up this morning. I think the way the day has played out so far and the conversation around the day so far has made it seem a little less likely. If you would ask me this, getting out of bed, I would have said, of course he's going to get traded. They got to get something for a guy who, yes, he has that option, but contract could be over by the end of this year. Now, as things have progressed, it looks less and less likely. But again, you never know what's going on behind the scenes.
All right, we're going to be with you for the next hour here. So it's going to be about a half an hour of, up until the deadline. And then after the deadline, we will have a full idea of what happened or what didn't happen, and we'll break all of that down. But Mark Feinsand of MLB.com, he put out a tweet earlier in the day that kind of set a framework for what might be going on with the White Sox. And it said this: although the White Sox have spoken with a number of teams about 𝗻𝗶𝘶 𝗟𝗏 Jr., sources say it's more likely he stays with Chicago through the trade deadline. The White Sox would likely pick up his $20 million option for 2026 and hope for more of what they've seen over the past month. Okay, so in the month of July, the stats for 𝗻𝗶𝘶 𝗟𝗏 Jr. were the best he's had since 2023, slashing .353, .441, .549. The Phillies just saw him have a great series over the weekend. I thought there would be more interest in him, but my guess is the White Sox want something up here for him, and everyone else, at least up until this point, is below that. What do you think is happening here? And do you believe that the White Sox would, if they don't make a trade involving him, they would pick up his option and try this again either in the winter meetings next year or the trade deadline next year?
I mean, 𝗪𝗏 𝗟𝗏 has kind of been laying the groundwork for that to be a possibility, at least as he's talked to reporters over the last couple of months, saying, remember those options, we can have them for those options. But man, that's a risk, isn't it? I mean, this is a guy in Robert who, yes, you just read off that he's had a great July, but prior to that, his numbers were awful, and they were not very good last year either. This is a guy who, yes, in 2023 was an all-star, an MVP type player. Finally looked like he was going to be that sixth tool guy that Tony La Russa always talked about, right?
What was the sixth tool?
I don't know if that was ever specified, but I know that quote has stuck with me.
But he had it all, and so I was ready to come on the air here and talk about the end of the 𝗻𝗶𝘶 𝗟𝗏 Jr. era. And we don't know if that's actually going to happen or not.
Well, you mentioned it, right? There might be interest in him, but is there interest in what the White Sox, are charging for him, so to speak? It's just like when you go shopping, right? Like, I like that shirt, I like those pants, but for that price? No, come on. That might be what's going on here, and it takes until that 5 o'clock deadline or to get a team down to where you want it to be. But I really thought that they would move him at this deadline, that they could still move him at this deadline, just because $20 million is a big price tag for a guy who hasn't done a lot of producing over the last 2 seasons.
It's a complicated case, one of the most complicated I can think of, involving the White Sox trying to trade somebody just because of everyone who has watched him. We know the entire arc of 𝗻𝗶𝘶 𝗟𝗏 Jr., how good he has been, how bad he has been, how healthy he has been, how injured he has been, and then it's the contract. And the reason why I could see them keeping him, obviously you want something great for him if you can get it. Right now, as we sit here, they have not. the payroll next year, right now, they've got about $20 million committed to next year. $20 million. They've got 17 for Andrew Benintendi. They got $1.5 million mutual option with Martin Perez, and it's a $2 million buyout of _𝗻𝗓 Robert Jr. They can afford to keep him, pay him $20 million, and hope he has a great season next year, and then a year from now, you make a trade. That is the argument for keeping him.
Yes, it's the argument for keeping him, but 𝗻𝗏cy, that's quite the risk to take. That's a big price tag on a guy like we talked about. The production has not been there with the exception of very recently. You're gambling that he's going to be that guy instead of the guy you've seen for the last year and a half, really.
Yeah. So we'll see. There's crickets so far. We do not know what's going to happen. We'll get to more about Robert. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about this because this is what really filled the blanks for me and a lot of you. The Phillies went out and they got Harrison Bader. The Mets got Cedric Mullins. And Bader, it was Henry Mendez, the 23rd best prospect in the Phillies organization at the start of the season. Now the Twins, 18th best prospect, and they got a 16-year-old pitcher in return. That was it for Bader. And you look at the numbers between Bader and Mullins and Robert Jr., who's having the better season? It's been Bader, then Mullins, then Robert.
Yeah, the cost is very interesting here, and I think that, again, to go back to what you would ask me this morning, right? And I said, yeah, Robert probably going to get traded, but what are they going to get for him? I have no idea because, again, they've really been. This is very similar to when they traded Dylan Cease. It was they have this value on him. Is at the same valuation that other teams have on him, right? And Robert even more so because what the production has not been over the last couple of years. Were they going to get anything close to what they wanted? Probably not. They know this guy. They know exactly how talented he is, what he could be. They paid him to be the guy that they thought he could be. He hasn't been that with the exception of during 2023. So they want to get that kind of value back. All the other teams around baseball can look at the stat sheet and say, yeah, he hasn't been that guy. We're going to give you XYZ instead of what you want, ABC, right? So it's very interesting to see what will happen because you don't know. You have no real way to even gauge what that price tag could be on either side of that conversation.
I was looking at the three teams, Phillies, Mets, Padres, who are three of the most aggressive front offices in baseball. Phillies, Mets, Padres.
They're probably talking to a lot of people about outfielders, I would imagine.
Yeah, but I was just like, Robert's going to end up at one of these three spots just because they are so aggressive. But they have at least, until this point, not gone there. So we're going to wait. We got about 22 minutes until the deadline. Here's my question for you now. Does anyone get traded on the White Sox? We got 𝗏𝗏. We got, could be Benintendi. I don't even know at this point. Mike Tauchman seemed like a good rental for somebody. That seems like a Mike Tauchman deal seems like something that could happen at the last minute. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that could happen at the last minute. 𝗏𝗏 would seem to be the obvious one, right? The obvious. It's not even really sign and flip because they didn't. I mean, yeah, they signed him, but they picked him up off the heap in the middle of the season. To get anything for a guy would be a win. And not only that, he's been fantastic. So you get something really, somewhat interesting for him. Robert, it would have seemed the same way. But Tauchman, I don't know. They've got him under team control for next year too, I believe. And to have a guy like they have raved about him in the clubhouse, I mean, I think they really value him. So yeah, from a statistical standpoint, it makes sense logically that Tauchman could be a guy that could go. I'm looking more at the bullpen, guys out there in the bullpen that might be the Tanner Banks of last year, right? The guy who could just go in a minor deal for a relatively low-level prospect. Guys who have had nice years. Now, I know it's what have you done for me lately. They've had some moments lately, have Steven Wilson, Dan 𝗏𝗏, those kind of guys, but you throw those guys out there as guys who have had nice seasons. Tyler Alexander's another one who they picked up off the heap, just like Adrian 𝗏𝗏, and were able to get some good production out of him. Everybody needs bullpen help, and you've seen that the last two nights as the trades have really kind of started increasing in frequency. A lot of bullpen arms. Now, some of the guys who have been traded are elite bullpen arms.
Yes.
The White Sox guys might not fall into that category. But when you get going towards October, when your starting pitchers are only going to be in there for 3-4 innings, the more bullpen guys, the merrier, it seems, for a lot of these teams.
So there are so many starting pitchers who are still on the board, and we're seeing a lot of little bits of rumors and tweets. Adrian 𝗏𝗏, where is the Adrian Houser trade rumor. I cannot believe he's not been attached to any team yet. I mean, just here in Chicago, he'd be a good match for the Cubs. That could be a possibility, and you see what his numbers have been. I mean, a 2.10 ERA, 2.10 ERA. He's had 11 starts with the White Sox, and he has given up 3 earned runs or less in all of them, and against good teams, Mariners, Mets, twice against the Blue Jays, the Cubs, the Rangers. He's a rental. He's a free agent after this season, but to get something for him, considering you gave up nothing to get him, I mean, I would be shocked if he is not traded at the deadline.
I agree. It seems the perfect trade deadline candidate, right? But again, you can see the price difference, perhaps. Other teams saying, well, it's 11 starts. Who do we know who this guy really even is?
I know who he is.
Chuck knows.
I know who
Chuck
he is.
knows. But again, this is a small sample size, just like you're talking about with Robert, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sure the White Sox are pointing to Robert's last month and saying, there he is, he's here, look at that, you give us what we want for him. But now, in Houser, you've got a similar case where it's just been a couple months of starts for a guy who has not been at that level, we'll say, over the majority of his career, a guy who couldn't crack a rotation with Texas is where he was in the minor leagues. They're out there trading for starting pitching right now. The starting pitching has been very good all year, but he was a guy who wasn't getting called up to that big league team. Maybe other teams see a reason to be skeptical.
All right, I'm thinking for a second. I'm going to feel what's in the air. My guess is that there's like 5 or 6 remaining starting pitchers out there. Hauser's probably at the bottom of it or near the bottom of it. And as the musical chair game happens over the next 20 minutes, one by one will come off, and someone's going to be left without a pitcher. Give me Adrian Houser, I'll give you this, and the deal will be done. That is my prediction, is what's going to happen very soon.
Well, and we were talking about it before the show started, too. There are some complex deals that happen at this time of year. They're not necessarily the easy ring them up, hey, I'll give you this guy for this guy, right?
A 3-team trade?
Well, remember what happened last year.
Yeah.
This day last year, the White Sox made a 3-team trade with the Cardinals and the Dodgers. Those kind of things take a little while to hammer out. You brought up the possibility of maybe multiple White Sox players going to in the same deal.
I could see Robert and Houser in the same deal.
Yeah, and maybe something like that is cooking behind the scenes.
All right, we're taking a break here on the White Sox Podcast. Back with plenty more. We'll see what happens. We have got 17 minutes left until the trade deadline. Maybe something will reappear or appear and give us a trade to share with you after this commercial break. Stay close. We're coming right back. All right, welcome back. So there have been a lot of trades made so far. Yesterday, there were 15 trades more. Today, Mason Miller goes from the A's to the Padres. You got Shane Bieber now with the Blue Jays. Johan Duran is a Philly. Josh Naylor goes to the Mariners. Ryan O'Hearn, Ramon Laureano go from the Orioles to the Padres. Carlos Correa going from the Twins back to the Astros. The Twins, talk about a sell job. 7 players have been traded so far. Here's some breaking news. The Cubs just acquired White Sox killer Willie Castro. So in the last 24 hours, the Twins have traded Carlos Correa, Duran, Bader, Brock Stewart, Chris Paddock, Coulomb, and Castro.
Wow.
Will the White Sox have a better record than the Twins at the end of the season?
I don't know about that, but I think that the AL Central is getting shaken up quite a bit. I mean, this was a year, obviously, the Twins thought they were going to be able to compete. The Guardians always think they're able to compete, and Shane Bieber just, went out the door before even pitching for him this season. Yeah. The Tigers have gotten a lot of guys, but no real marquee, acquisition here at the deadline. So, and I think the Royals are like buying some guys, which is kind of weird. So it's been an interesting trade deadline so far for the AL Central. The White Sox are staying relatively quiet on this.
So what am I doing here? I'm checking Twitter to see if anything's happened, and it is interesting that the White Sox, it's just radio silence with the White Sox. They did sign a lot of guys in the offseason that you thought would be, at the very least, rentals. Austin Slater, one of them, he got traded, obviously, to the Yankees yesterday. But for the people who are wondering about Luis Robert Jr., there are some who say, just give him away. Just give him away and get whatever you can. What do you think about that argument?
I thought it was a pretty good one, to be quite honest. And again, it's based entirely on the fact that he hasn't been very good the last 2 years in terms of production. Obviously, he still plays really good defense, still steals bases very well, but the offensive production hasn't been there. And it seemed to make sense that, hey, if you're not going to pick up that $20 million option, you might as well get something rather than nothing at the trade deadline, even if that is very minimal in terms of, a teenage prospect who's in low A or something like that. At least it's something. But they obviously have this value on this guy that is pretty high. And again, you understand why, right? Yeah. He has that talent. He has that ability, but he hasn't shown it the last 2 years. And it's, that's even getting past the what have you done for me lately. That's starting to become a track record. Obviously, the guy has had health issues his whole career in terms of staying on the field. But this is not 2023 𝗬𝗏 𝗏𝗏 Jr. we're dealing with anymore, and I think the White Sox might be finding that out.
If there is a pitching comp to 𝗬𝗏 𝗏𝗏 Jr., it is Sandy Alcantara with the Marlins, and we just got word he is staying put in Miami. So if I'm to read the tea leaves just on that alone, that sounds, if the Marlins are looking at him just like the White Sox are looking at Robert, that might be the case with Robert, because we know what he can do, Alcantara, but what's he been doing this year? Not doing well at all.
I'll say this about 𝗵𝗫 𝗍𝗃. Mm-hmm. He has always kind of stood pat until he gets the offer that he wants, right? It happened with 𝗵𝗏 trading him to the Padres. It happened with 𝗵𝗫 𝗍𝗃 trading him to the Red Sox last winter. Those guys were in different situations because of what their control levels were. Robert is not necessarily that guy, and so that $20 million, another deadline, if we're talking about deadlines, that's another deadline, right? That $20 million bet to say, oh, well, I didn't get what I wanted, so I'll just spend the $20 million and try to get what I want. That's a little more difficult than just saying, oh, I'll just hang on to 𝗵𝗫 𝗍𝗃 until the next trade deadline, or I'll just hang on to 𝗚𝚋 until, July. It's a little more difficult to be able to justify doing that with Robert for a team that might not be in the position to win yet. Like a team that is in that position maybe wouldn't think twice about spending that money. But a team that isn't, they could obviously do something different on that front.
All right, we got 10 minutes left until the deadline, actually 9 to be exact. And this is feeling right now very much like last year's trade deadline with 𝗍𝗍. You brought him up because everyone just expected he was going to get traded. And it didn't happen at the deadline because 𝗵𝗫 𝗍𝗃 did not get the return that he was hoping for him. And they ended up getting an amazing deal, incredible, like maybe franchise-altering deal in the offseason. I'm not saying that's going to potentially happen for 𝗬𝗏 𝗏𝗏 Jr. Him and 𝗍𝗍 are two different players in two different situations, and 𝗍𝗍 just had an amazing season, and Robert's not having that. But maybe they're just going to make the decision of paying him $20 million, which is a lot. If you just look at it like what he has done so far this year, why would you give him $20 million? I could see why that would sound crazy, but if you don't get anything for him now and you just let him walk, is that a wise move?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. You mean letting him walk as a free agent? Is that a wise move?
So it's a $2 million buyout. You get nothing for him, and it's a $2 million buyout.
Well, if you get nothing for him, you should have traded him at the deadline. Right?
Right. But if they don't trade him now, then your choice after that is either pay him $20 million or pay him $2 million to walk.
But if they don't trade him, I would think that they'd have to pick up the option, because otherwise you could have gotten literally anything, right? It doesn't have to be one of the top 10 prospects in baseball. That if you think that's what he is, it could just be some guy who's in low A. It could be some guy who was just drafted last year, because that is anything which is bigger than nothing.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. I mean, we got 8 minutes.
We'll see what the next 8 minutes hold.
There's really nothing really going on. But this is usually what ends up happening is, so the deadline's in about 7 minutes. Usually what ends up happening, we get a couple here, and then they all start flooding in. I just heard Dustin May to the Red Sox. If Robert was to get traded now, where is he going? Like, who's left? The Dodgers, maybe? What if A.J. Preller says, you know what, I'll take another outfielder?
Maybe. I mean, he seems to be trading for the entire league right now, so I mean, maybe that's something that could work in their plan. But again, too, you look at Robert and you wonder how many contending teams out there would value Robert as an everyday player over what they already have, or over who some of the other guys are out there. I mean, I don't want to discount the last month. This could be a guy breaking out of a slump or figuring something out in the middle of the year, but we just spent a year and a half watching him try to figure it out. The rest of the league might have done the same thing and say, well, I got a center fielder that can do that, or I got an outfielder that can do that. Obviously, his other skills are valuable and important, the things he can do defensively, the things he can do on the base paths. But I don't know, is a contender going to trade for Louis Robert as a situational base runner right now?
No,
I mean, are
no.
they going to trade for him as a defensive substitution? I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility considering what the numbers have looked like.
Yeah, I just felt, as I'm now talking in past tense, as if it's not going to happen, because it's certainly looking like it isn't going to happen. It was 7 minutes to go until the deadline, that he would be somebody who, okay, just got the word. Adrian Houser going to the Rays. This is from Jeff Passan. So there is the Adrian Houser. I would have been absolutely stunned if Adrian Houser was not traded. So he goes to the Rays. Adrian Houser, we don't know who he's going to be getting, who the White Sox will be getting in return, but that's the first deal of the day for the White Sox, and we'll see what they end up getting in return. But that's the Rays, who are. That's actually another interesting one. The Rays are not exactly like banging on the door for the postseason, but they're going to try and win with him.
Yeah, I mean, they're around that area. I mean, I think we were talking about it earlier, too. The way that the format is right now of Major League Baseball in the playoffs, you've got a lot of teams who are right around or even under 500 who are not that far out of playoff spots. Good for those teams that they're going to try to play better in the second half and go for those playoff spots. But like you said, not exactly the logical landing places for guys at the trade deadline. But the White Sox are reportedly able to send Adrian Houser there. And again, like I mentioned earlier in the show, getting anything for him is great work because it didn't cost you anything to get him. He has been stellar, though, in a White Sox uniform, and you would wonder, or you would think that there would be a lot of interest in a guy like that, and we'll see what they get for him and whether that truly is a job well done by �criss Gatz.
Yeah, so that's a great win for the organization. We don't know what he's going to get back in return. Hopefully it's somebody good. I'd like to think it is. Just because here was someone who was in AAA with the Rangers, and he had an opt-out on his deal in the middle of May. The White Sox gave him a major league deal. He comes up here, and he's been lights out, one of the best pitchers in the American League, I mean, believe it or not, for the last 2.5 months. And the White Sox were able to flip him for something good. We're hopefully we'll find out probably. We're going to find out very soon what the White Sox are going to get for him. Hopefully what would you want for Adrian Houser?
Well, I'll say this. I thought that coming into today, he was the guy that would get them the most because, and now, again, the late surge here by Robert at the plate maybe could change that. But over the last few weeks, we'll say, I thought he was the guy that would get them the most in return because of how good he's been. And it doesn't, obviously he's just a rental. Robert has the ability to be more than that. But with what Robert has done up to this point and what he has done up to this point, I thought that Houser would be maybe their biggest trade chip. And so, with everybody else really being a role player type guy, Houser could be that too, depending, on how things shake out for him the rest of the season. But for what he has done in the major leagues with the White Sox this year, I mean, like you said, one of the better pitchers production-wise out there. So we'll see if Tampa Bay puts him in a prime top of the rotation spot, or if they just see him as somebody who can fill out that rotation. And you would imagine that the return that the White Sox are getting would correspond to what Tampa was thinking.
Houser is a free agent at the end of this season. Going to break here on our trade deadline special. When we come back, the trade deadline will probably occur, and we will know exactly if Louis Robert Jr. is going to get traded or not. Stay close. We're coming right back. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the trade deadline special here on CHSN. All right, the trade deadline has come and gone, and it is official, as expected, as Mark Feinsand reports the White Sox will not be trading Louis Robert Jr. here at the deadline. Your thoughts, Vinnie Duber?
Yeah, I mean, it is surprising. It's been something all day that has been mentioned as a greater and greater likelihood, but I do think it's surprising. It shows that Chris Getz didn't get the deal that he wanted. And I mean, like I mentioned earlier, he did that with Dylan Cease. He sat there and waited for the deal he wanted. He did that with Garrett Crochet. He sat there and waited for the deal he wanted. He apparently is going to do it with Luis Robert Jr. as well, and this time it's going to cost the team $20 million to keep him, because if you let him go, I mean, I guess you could say that he's still playing out, right? If Robert goes back to the way he was early in the season in August and September, and you're just like, well, we're not getting anything of value for him, sure, we'll do the buyout and let him go. But if you, Chris Getz, think that he's going to be back to closer to 2023 Luis Robert Jr., you've got to pay $20 million to keep him and have the opportunity to trade him again, because you're not going to be able to trade him until you pick up that option.
You want to hear or see what my feeling is about this? I'm just leaning back in my chair. I'm exhausted by this. I'm absolutely exhausted. Luis Robert Jr. was supposed to be a franchise cornerstone player for years and years and years and years and years. And I was watching this, what's today? Thursday? I was watching on Wednesday, which could have been his last game ever with the White Sox. Last game ever. And you do still see a ton of people wearing Robert Jr. jerseys. And I asked myself, and I asked people like, 𝗪cie 𝗰𝗶𝗹, who was sitting with me, and I'm like, what kind of ovation, if any ovation at all, will Luis Robert Jr. get when he comes to the plate in what could be his last at bat? And there was no ovation.
Well, you had a 3.5-hour rain delay kind of
ruined that for you. But there were enough people in the crowd to say, hey, this is Luis Robert Jr., right? We wear his jersey. He could be gone after today. And there was nothing. There was nothing. And that's kind of like, it's such a wah-wah career that we are seeing with Robert Jr. And that's what is so upsetting and frustrating, because he's explosive at his best. He does the most amazing things at his best. And here we are. This trade deadline symbolizes the Luis Robert Jr. situation, the era that we thought, okay, we'll trade him now. He's had a great month, and the Sox will get something big in return. And now he's not. And now he's just going to stay here. And I'll be excited to watch him play if he stays healthy and if he has a good second half. He did not have a good first half, but this just kind of like, we're going through it again and again. And this Luis Robert Jr. thing remains.
Well, it's always been a waiting game, right? And sometimes for good, right? I mean, when he was a prospect, White Sox fans were really excited about what he could be.
It was exhilarating. I loved it.
Right, and then he comes up, and rookie year was a bit of a mixed bag. One good month, one bad month in the COVID-shortened season. But it was always waiting to see if he was going to reach those heights. And then a lot of injuries came around, and it was waiting to see when he would come back from the injured list. Could he be that guy? And he would be for a little bit, but then waiting and waiting to see if he was going to be that guy. He finally was that guy in 23. The team fell apart, obviously, and lost all those games, and he wasn't able to use his amazing year to do something for them playoff-wise, right? But then it goes back to waiting. Oh, can he get right? Is he going to get right at all during 2024? Never did. During 2025, is he going to get right? Oh, maybe a little bit here at the end.
Yes.
And then in the middle of it all, he gets hit in the arm with a pitch. He's got the adductor thing that knocked him out for those 2 games against the Cubs. Like, there was even stuff within the good moment that made you go, oh, is this going to happen? There was never really any closure one way or the other, whether he was going to reach that potential or not, and it's still kind of out there.
It's still going to remain.
Right?
It's still going to remain. And, I'd love to know what the offers were for him in spring training, in the off season, because I'm sure there were teams that were interested. And the bet that Chris Getz in the front office made was, okay, we feel we can get more for him, but he needs to have a good first half. Didn't happen, but then he did catch fire in July, and that's what gave me hope. And it's not like I'm like, good riddance to Luis Robert Jr. I'm just like, I'm looking what's best for the organization. Where is the team right now? The team right now is going in one direction. Luis Robert Jr. likely shouldn't theoretically be a part of it in the future. But then there's this idea, okay? I'm just obviously thinking about it off the top of my head. This is the jackpot. Gold mine, best case scenario, okay? And what are the odds of this happening? Probably low, but what if? I'm doing the what if game with Luis Robert Jr. for the millionth time. What if what we saw in July continues in August and September. All right. And they pick up his option. Okay. And he's on this team next year. Because honestly, who's the backup center fielder on this team next year? If it's not 𝗬𝗏 Robert Jr.
Next year?
Doesn't exist.
Brooks Baldwin.
Okay, Brooks Baldwin. All right, who's more of an infielder? We're testing him out in the outfield. Sure. Okay, so he'd be your center fielder.
I at least came up with a name for you, Jim.
Thank you for giving us a name. But, okay, so we are seeing this team moving forward with 𝗬𝗏 Robert Jr. and being that guy from 2023. And now, oh, he's good. And maybe they trade him at the deadline, or maybe they keep him for another year. I don't know what to think.
That's why the option exists, right? I mean, it's an option, right? I think what we saw today was Chris Getz saying, I'm going to stand pat until I get what I think we deserve for 𝗬𝗏 Robert Jr. And now the only way to get that deal is to cross your fingers and hope that he succeeds.
How many fingers you got? 10? We need about a million fingers. Yeah. We're all crossing our fingers. Come on, 𝗬𝗏 Robert Jr., finally do what you're supposed to do.
But that's the only way a trade happens at this point, right? I mean, or your dream scenario comes true and he's good and they're good and they just use him to be good. But you brought up kind of where the team is and stuff like that. And yeah, there's a lot of things that White Sox fans have to be excited about what's happening right now. But are they going to contend in 2026? I don't know if I've seen enough to know if that's going to be the case.
They should be better. They should be better. Yeah.
But is that... Do you pay 𝗬𝗏 Robert Jr. $20 million to be part of your team because you think you're going to be better? Or do you pay $20 million because that's the kind of investment you make in a free agent or a player in general if you're going to be a contender? And I don't think the White Sox, at least right now, today, I'm not ready to say the White Sox will be there in their rebuilding project
And
yet.
This is why I'm not putting any blame on the White Sox not trading him, because this is the situation that 𝗬𝗏 Robert Jr. put the White Sox in. Because what I mean by that is this: if you are a team interested in 𝗬𝗏 Robert Jr., what is he? What is he going to be for the next 2 months? What is he worth? What's the value of him? Because is it a rental? Are you picking up his option? And if you aren't even sure what you're going to do with him, how can you decide what you're willing to give the White Sox? That is the problem. You don't know what to give them because you don't know what you're going to get in return. This is not 𝗬𝗏 𝗁𝗏. This is 𝗬𝗏 Robert Jr. can't stay healthy, is good, is bad, and there's a difference between paying $5 million for the rest of this season and, $20 million next year.
Well, and two, you can almost kind of think about what was going on in Chris Getz's mind and inside probably the conversations they were having in the front office, because if they trade him for a meager return, right, one prospect, a couple of young prospects, something like that, and then all of a sudden he goes back to being 2023 𝗬𝗏 Robert Jr., and the other team goes, well, obviously we're going to pick up that option for $20 million for 2026. You, the White Sox, then got nowhere near the value that he actually ended up being. So, I think you talked about this being complicated earlier, and absolutely it is complicated.
So when you put all this together, why I felt, and I didn't say this, but I thought the Phillies were going to trade for him. But then when I was putting all these thoughts together about where Robert was, who he was, and the front offices that would, I'm going to say take a flyer on him because it's not really a flyer, but the front office that would be the most aggressive and he would end up in one of these two places, I thought it was the Mets or the Padres. That just seemed on paper like that's where he's going to end up, because Steve Cohen, the Mets, they're like ultra aggressive and they could see through the weeds and be like, you know what? Let's give the White Sox what they want. Who cares? 𝗬𝗏 Robert Jr. could be so great. And the Padres with A.J. Preller, like, we put him on this team. We have Gavin Sheets and 𝗬𝗏, at least 𝗬𝗏, as we are talking. I think he's still on the Padres. I'm not sure. He's still on the Padres, as they told me in my ear. They can vouch for him. And you could see him being moved there. But then what ends up happening an hour before the deadline, those chairs become taken. Mullins ends up in New York. Bader goes to the Phillies. And it's Laureano to the Padres.
And again, it's, we've been talking about this in various forms for the last while here, but it's eye of the beholder, right? And while you and I, who have watched every Major League at bat 𝗬𝗏 Robert Jr. has taken.
Yes, we have.
We know so much about him. If you are A.J. Preller in San Diego, you look at the numbers and you have your analysts look at the numbers and you say, ooh, I don't know if that's the guy that's going to get us to the World Series. You know what I mean? Like the White Sox having Luis Robert Jr., they've had him as their best player for the last few years. The Padres want to win the World Series. The Mets want to win the World Series. Is Luis Robert Jr., if he's so-so, going to help them do that? And is that worth giving up? Or should they go out and get some guys who, while, I don't think anybody's rushing, the 2025 version of Mullins or Bader or Laureano to the All-Star game this year, those guys have been better. Those guys have been better than Luis Robert Jr.
The hesitation for teams to go all in on 𝗵𝗀𝗃 at the deadline last year was, well, what will he have left? How many innings will he throw? And there were just questions. And just like there's a lot of questions about Robert. So the question will now be, will he be motivated enough? And I certainly hope he will. He should be, to be like, okay, I need a big second half. Or not just second half, because the second half has begun. I need to be really good for the next 2 months to be better for myself. Because if he stinks for 2 months, the White Sox there's no way they pick up his option. Then he's a free agent. Now, good luck trying to find a team and make a lot of money. He has a chance to he has to bet $20 million on himself right now for the rest of the season for the White Sox to pick up his option. This is on him.
Well, it's certainly on the line, right? I mean, you just talk about the business of baseball. That's what this is. And guys have this, hovering over their heads throughout the year all the time, throughout the league. And certain guys react to it differently, and certain guys are capable of reacting to it differently. We're going to see if Luis Robert Jr. can say, okay, $18 million on the line here if you factor in that buyout, right? Now is the time to show them that I'm worth it. Whether that means he's on the White Sox come opening day of 2026, who knows? But if he's going to get that option picked up, he's going to have to be really good the next 2 months.
All right, the Rays are acquiring right-handed reliever Griffin Jax from the Twins. Do the Twins have any more players left on their team other than Byron Buxton and Joe Ryan?
I think it's the St. Paul Saints going into action tomorrow.
They're all gone. And they got Taj Bradley in that deal, I'm told. So Curtis Mead, he comes to the White Sox for Adrian Hauser, Australian baseball player.
Awesome.
Utility guy. I'm on the air here, so I'm not really able to dive too much into who he is. He's gone back and forth between AAA and the majors. On the surface, it seems like I'll just say it. I don't know too much about him other than his numbers. I would like to have thought that the White Sox could get more than him, but that's just... What do you think about what they got in return for Adrian Hauser?
I mean, I said moments ago on this very program, Chuck, that I thought he was their biggest trade chip, and they got a utility guy from the Rays, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not necessarily the big haul that you would expect from any team's biggest trade chip. The Rays obviously know what they're doing. It's possible that he is a diamond in the rough guy that the White Sox could utilize to further their own goals for this year and into the future, but obviously not what you would expect for a guy who has been so good like Adrian Hauser has. But like you said, we'll see. We'll have to see the more details and figure out how things are shaping up there. But, I would have expected more, at least maybe a bit more volume, right? You'd get 2 or 3 prospects, maybe not a guy like Mead who's already made the major leagues, but some younger guys and a bigger volume of them in return for a guy who's just been fantastic on the mound.
All right, going to break here on our trade deadline special. When we come back, we're going to see what other things happened and didn't happen, and plenty more. Stay close. Maybe there's another trade still to come out. Is that possible?
It's possible.
Always possible. You never know. We're coming right back. All right, welcome back to the podcast. The trade deadline has come and gone, and here's who the White Sox have acquired. Curtis Mead, who, by the way, was a top 100 prospect a couple of years ago with the Rays, so there is some potential there. And then Gage Zeal, who the White Sox acquired from the Yankees in the trade for Austin Slater. He's going to start in High A, Winston-Salem. Here's a tweet from Ben Verlander. This is kind of interesting. He says, my final "what are you doing" list. My final "what are you doing" list at the deadline. Red Sox, Tigers, Blue Jays, Cubs. Cubs didn't do much at all. Willie Castro.
Willie Castro. They got Mike Soroka.
Another former Sox.
Yep.
Angels, Brewers, Braves, Pirates. Those are his "what are you doing." And I know a lot of White Sox fans are probably feeling the same. What are you doing, White Sox? Well, like we've been trying to say, like this Luis Robert Jr., what do you want to call it? Chasm? I mean, it's enigma. I mean, it was a tough, certainly looking back on it, and you see who was traded instead of him in the outfield. He was a square peg that needed to go in a square hole. There wasn't one for him for the return the White Sox wanted in return. And, Adrian Houser, we'll find out if Mead turns into anything good.
Yeah, and it actually seems like there's going to be a few more players in that trade. James Fegan and Bruce Levine both tweeting about more prospects coming back from the Rays for Houser.
Ooh, I like it more. I like that trade even more.
So we were
right.
talking about volume, and now maybe a little bit more volume there as the details start to come out. But no, when it comes to Robert, you're right. And the thing that I think about this deadline for the White Sox is we talked about it a lot last year with Garrett Crochet, and that's the opportunity to add to this rebuild, right? I mean, I think that when you're in the position that you're in, you get so few opportunities to bring in that minor league talent to stockpile for the future. Chris Getz has shown when that opportunity comes and he likes what he's going to get back, he can capitalize. That's what he did with Crochet at the winter meetings. And he made the trade last year that brought Miguel Vargas to the South Side, who now looks like a much better piece for him moving forward than he did over the last couple months of last season. But this is one of those opportunities. And I guess the lesson to learn is you can't cash in on those opportunities unless it's there. Luis Robert Jr., maybe the interest just wasn't there, or the interest in the lineup in the way that the White Sox wanted to, because those opportunities are few and far between. And if you're trying to stockpile as much talent as possible for the long-term future, you would think that you would pounce when you could. Maybe the White Sox just didn't feel they could right now.
All right, I'm trying to find out if there's anyone else in the Houser trade. Maybe while we're here, I'll get an answer. So we'll see. Trying to multitask. Bruce, hold on, I just told him in my ear. Who's coming back from the Rays? Duncan David and 𝗵𝗵𝗹. We're going to find out who they are.
Power to the people.
That's, you know what, I mean, I don't know what, yes, I don't know who they're going to turn out to be, but the Rays, they have a slim chance of getting to the wild card at this point. They are under 500, and they're trading for Adrian Houser and giving up 3 prospects. Props to them. I hope, but if the White Sox can get something from Adrian Houser from the Rays, who don't seem to have much of a chance to get to the playoffs, that's an impressive, I'm going to call it a haul, return for the White Sox at this point.
Sure. I mean, like I said, the Rays know what they're doing. So, like, if you go even beyond the normal, how you would check prospects, right? If you're like, oh, the White Sox made a trade with Team X, you look at their top 10 prospect list, you say, oh, these are how they rank. Maybe they'll be all right. But you look at the Rays, they usually have some gems way down the list, right? And they're usually seeing stuff that some of the other teams out there aren't seeing. So getting guys from the Rays organization doesn't sound like a bad idea if you're any one of the other 29 teams out there, the White Sox included.
Yeah, Duncan David, 𝗵𝗵𝗹 for Houser. Both are pitchers. So listen, you just get, like you said, they need to stockpile and stockpile and stockpile, and they are starting to do that. And the other part of this equation, this is going to be a big, big part of their future. They have a very good chance, I'll just say a good chance of getting the number 1 pick in the draft next year. All right, and if they do it right, this is a massive player for their future. We don't know who it's going to be, but as you're looking into 26 and 27, that is a fill in the blank name that could be big for the Sox.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, whether they end up going pitcher or position player, it almost doesn't matter, but like you said, you can pencil them into that roster of the future, whether it's the rotation or the lineup of the future. Those opportunities don't come around often. And listen, we saw with the last rebuilding project how kind of fragile those opportunities can be, right? The White Sox had huge, high draft picks of Nick Madrigal and Andrew Vaughn, and those didn't pan out the way they wanted them to. So it's not just about getting that opportunity, then you need to hit on it also. Like I said, time has a way of changing the reviews of those kinds of things. Right. Last year, the Miguel Vargas return did not really excite anybody, and then he showed why when he goes over the 2 months and hit, I believe, under 100 over the last 2 months of the season. But now you think of him as a guy who's going to be part of that future.
Yeah, the interesting thing about that Miguel Vargas trade was it happened a year ago at this time, and for the next 2 months, the White Sox were absolutely panned for that. And who was perceived to have the best deal at the deadline? It was the Cardinals for getting 𝗵𝗵𝗀 and 𝗵 from the White Sox, and then the Dodgers were considered like right under them to have got a great deal for. They got Edman and they got Kopech. But now the Cardinals had the worst deal of that by far because Fedde, they ended up
they DFA'd him.
DFA'd him, and then he's now signed with another team, with the Braves.
Yeah.
And they didn't bring Pham back. At least the White Sox have Miguel Vargas. We see the potential that he has. 𝗟𝗶𝘀𝗋 is in the minor leagues. He looks like someone who could be something. And 𝗬𝗏 has continued to be hurt. I don't know what's going on with him.
The Dodgers got a good end of that. They won the World Series.
The Dodgers won the World Series.
Yeah.
So that's a grand slam trade for them. Right. Congrats, because they won a World Series. So we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, this was the trade. Alexander 𝗬𝗏𝗀, where are you? He played a little bit in Arizona. We got to find out what happened to him. And yeah, I did find out that it was, yes, Duncan David and Ben Peoples included in that deal. And we'll have much more on that entire return for the White Sox. So, okay, we got a minute left. Give me a grade. What do you give the White Sox for the trade deadline?
I mean, if we're grading on the expectations we had earlier in the week and perhaps even the morning, I don't think you can give them a very high grade. You probably go D or somewhere around there. But like I always say, we don't know what the conversations were. We don't know, what the interest levels were or the willingness to pay the White Sox price. Perhaps 𝗪𝗏 did all he could, but as you look out there, it doesn't look super exciting.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere in the C range, C- range, but 𝗻𝗏 Jr., prove me wrong. Have a great second half. Thanks for watching, everyone.